bop, 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 bop. Bop. Bop, 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 ba-da, bop, bop, ba-da, bop, bop, ba-da, bop, bop, ba-da, bop, bop. Oh, this is weird. Okay, I need to reload. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, ba-da, bop, bop, ba-da, bop, bop, ba-da, bop, bop. Oh! Can I edit that? I think I can.
Wow, the academia sure is busy during the day. But where should we go looking for people that we know?
Hello, watchers.
Traveler, Paimon.
Sino! It's been so long since we last saw you!
Okay, I did not expect to get 4 people.
Welcome back to Sumeru City. I'm delighted to
my
meet you
God.
again. So, what brings you back here?
Oh, nothing in particular. Paimon just saw a really big mushroom out on the road the other day and suddenly missed all our friends in Sumeru.
Funnily enough, we were reminiscing about you recently too. It was at a group dinner. I look forward to hearing about your travels. Something tells me we must have a lot to catch up on.
Hello.
Really? You were thinking of us too? What a coincidence!
Indeed. Or as I call it, the Biryani factor.
He's making shitty jokes, isn't he? Yeah.
You really want me to say the rest? Okay. It's always rice to meet stew again.
Oh, darn, he said it.
You like that one, huh? You must if you remember it after all this time. Admit the truth. You have long been in awe of my razor-sharp wit.
500 moral.
You're exaggerating. It's only 500 mora.
Hey, 500 mora is still a lot of snacks to Paimon.
All right. I'll treat you to some desserts later. Anyway,
I win.
I'm actually investigating a case right now. My
These
mind
jokes
is
are
focused
just-
on work, which is why I didn't complete the joke at first.
A case? What happened?
Actually, I wanted
Nothing major. But after finding out who was
to
involved,
put.
I decided, on reflection, to handle this
I
one
wanted to
myself.
put
Need any
in the
help?
title.
We only came here to hang out, so we've got
Ready
the
for
time.
bad
You may as
jokes
well take
that
us with
would
you,
make
and then when
even
you're done, we can
thinner
do the,
jealous, and even worse puns.
Such enthusiasm. Are
But
you
then
worried
I
I'll
went,
forget about
most
treating
people
you to
wouldn't
some
know who
sweets if you're not
Senju
around
is.
to remind me?
So
No!
it doesn't really work.
Alright, was it really that obvious?
Obvious enough. Still, it's a fine idea. You are the heroes of Sumeru. It makes perfect sense to work together. All right, follow me.
Also, yesterday I checked how many followers I have. I have 39 followers. I did not expect to have that many followers. I'm very surprised. Also, am I cutting out at all?
Do you see him? The old man flailing around?
Oh, is he the one you wanted to talk to about the case?
That's his master.
Correct. His name is Cyrus, a former Spontamot sage. He taught both me and Lisa.
Huh? Sino is teacher is in trouble?
It's ridiculous. I'm just an old man who enjoys a spot of gardening, shopping, and wine. What sort of person targets an old retiree?
Professor, I've brought some friends.
Hello.
Ah, Sino. Now who do we have here? Hold
Nah, you
on, let me think. A
Okay.
flying fairy dressed in white? A youth who does not seem to hail from this land? My goodness. You must be the legendary traveler in Paimon. I've heard all about what you've done for Sumeru.
Also, this dude has
Wow,
as
looks like
better
we're really
puns and
famous.
jokes as Sino.
I've told him about you before. You are my friends, after all.
Aw.
That's right. Let me summarize the situation. A couple of days ago, Professor Cyrus suddenly received a threat letter.
A threat letter?
I'll beat anyone who threatens this man.
Exactly. Who sends a threat letter to an old man like me, for
This guy
goodness sake?
sounds likely.
This is the letter in question.
I don't know who that
Cyrus,
is.
I've uncovered your secret. If you wish to prevent it from going public, leave 10 million mora at the back door of the cafe. Secondly, don't come looking for me. You'll never find me. But I will always be watching you and all of your secrets. Finally, if you dare to report this to the Matra, there will be consequences. Wow, they sure didn't mince their words.
There it
Clearly,
is.
this person must be desperate for Mora.
10 million more. What a
Never
joke.
play-
I'm just a single
I've never
retiree
played
with
it.
nothing to my name beyond the tomatoes in my garden. Where do people think I'm hiding 10 million more, huh?
In my tomatoes?
There were no witnesses, so currently the letter is all we've got. So, Traveler, Paimon,
Ready
Let's-
when you are.
Paimon's ready too.
Yeah, I've
Alright,
never
take a
played the
look.
Walking Dead games.
do you
I've
see anything
watched
suspicious?
a little bit of the shows. No. But also, I think I know who the enemy is, and he becomes playable next version, which is why I'm doing this now, when there's only like 6 days left. Simply written.
Very good. The paper has a rather rough texture. It's not the typical kind you see in most books.
Another thing is, some of these strokes look kind of blurry. Could there be an issue with the ink?
Possibly.
Oh god.
And I bet the paper has something to do with it.
Most of the paper around here is much smoother than this, and the ink is absorbed quickly so it doesn't run. This paper, meanwhile,
How
it's
are you?
very coarse-grained.
I am
Almost as
tired.
if it's made from some sort of plant matter.
It's certainly not the
And
same
my
paper
eyes
as we use in
burning,
the
which
academia.
makes
But
sense.
the
I
ink
didn't.
is nothing special. Just regular black ink
I did
that gets a blue
just
tinge when
eat,
applied to
like,
paper.
5
So do we think the
sausage
culprit has a
rolls that
connection
have
with the
cayenne
academia
pepper
or
in
not?
them.
Wait,
Those
check
were
this out.
spicy.
Looks like this
And I
part got
didn't
wet at some
exactly
point.
wash my hands very
Agreed.
well.
The staining suggests it was a colored
Also,
liquid, not plain
Sausage
water.
rolls with cayenne pepper
It
in them.
also looks like it was
Notice-
wiped off with a damp cloth.
Not the spiciest thing I've
Colored
eaten.
liquid. So, tea?
I once had
Wine?
I once had a
Looks like
little
we're
bit
thinking
of
along
sauce
similar lines.
that was made
Let's go
with
talk to
3
Arav.
of the world's
There are some
hottest
things I'll need him to take
chilies
care
in
of.
it. My mouth was burning for an hour. Nothing has ever come close to that amount of heat. The world's 3 hottest chilies and peppers, which is weird. Chili? One of them. Yeah, ghost pepper and 2 others that are just a bit less spicy than that.
Arav. There he is.
Mahamatra Sino. Sir Cyrus. Ah, and the Traveler and Paimon. It's been a
My
while.
fucking god. Yeah. I love spicy stuff.
As such,
I feel like
I'm
I'm
inclined to
going
believe
crazy.
that
It
the
sounds
culprit
like
in this
Dave.
case is a student at the academia.
I also
Somebody
do not
young
know who that
and
is.
strapped for cash. Oh, one last thing. I'd start your investigation by taking a look at the cafes in the city.
Oh, of course! You think the culprit spilled their coffee on the ladder, huh?
They do look like coffee stains to me. Also, if I'm not mistaken, the letter is written on a type of scented paper that has aromatics added during the manufacturing process. The kind often provided as writing material for customers in cafes and taverns.
Ah, of course. Yes, like they sell in the gift shops. I remember now. Zaha Hadid bought some a while back. She said she was going to use it as wrapping paper for a vase.
Understood. I'll assemble a team to investigate the points of interest immediately.
You have my gratitude.
One last thing. Send some Matra to guard the entrances and exits of Sumeru City. And change into plain clothes.
You know you can
Don't
legitimately
let them
just
see you
search
coming.
it
Will
up.
do.
Great thinking, Sino. So, where do we think the culprit's at right now?
Sad.
Yeah, they've probably been lying low at home waiting to see how Cyrus reacts.
Yeah.
You're right, Paimon.
I love how you went back to
Which part?
who is
The
voicing the
culprit's
thing
approach. Whatever happens, they need this Mora.
after I
But
tell
just because
you
they warned Professor
the
Cyrus not
hottest
to go
thing
to the
I've
Matra
eaten,
doesn't mean
and
they
it's
know what he'll do
hilarious.
next. So, like you said, they need to wait
Also, it
and
wasn't a
see.
small bit of it.
And crucially,
It-
the culprit said they'd be
was like-
watching the professor's every move.
Wait, are you
The
saying...
end of my pinky? Like, from where the nail starts.
Found you!
Yeah, that's fine.
What are you doing?
You wrote the threat letter!
What the fuck?
I don't know what you're talking about.
From where the
What
nail
threat letter?
starts to where my
I sensed
pinky
someone
bends.
was watching us from the shadows the moment we entered the
fuck?
House of Dana. You managed to stay relatively well hidden for someone reckless enough to threaten Professor Cyrus. There are a lot of people here, but we were looking specifically for Arav. Whoever followed us the whole way was likely to be the culprit.
I was just listening in, that's all. You know something big's going down when Mahamatra Sino shows up, right? So I got a little curious. What's the big deal?
You smiled when Arav left. I saw it as clear as day.
Is smiling a crime now?
There are coffee stains on the letter. You mixed some coffee with water, gently smeared it onto the paper, then wiped it off with a wet cloth, all to create the impression that the letter was written at a cafe. Closing off the exits to the city doesn't affect you, because you already live here. And as long as the Matra were focused on the cafes, you would be free from scrutiny. The cafe was a red herring all along. You had to be somewhere where you could monitor the professor's movements.
This is hilarious.
You can't pin this on me. I haven't done anything.
Really? Then why are you shaking like a leaf? The innocent have no reason to fear the Matra. But you... your heart's racing, and your eyelids are twitching. You're a terrible liar.
This is...
I would never...
Don't try anything or you'll pay the price. Now come with me.
Well, that was over quickly. Sino already caught the guy.
No, he didn't.
You're telling me. One minute I go out for a quick smoke, the next minute I see Arav already on his way back to meet up with Sino. Looked like a young guy, too. Couldn't have been much more than 30. But after what he's done, I'm afraid he's ruined his whole future.
Everyone, it's all over.
Gosh, that was so fast!
The culprit's name is Uraka, a 16-year-old student in the Rataoist Darshan.
Huh?
16? Cyrus thought he looked 30-something!
We checked his records. He's 16, a third-year student.
But he looks so old.
Yeah, seriously!
Foolish child. He's too young for the criminal life. What the devil drove him down this path?
I was.
We questioned the culprit regarding
There was
his
a
motives.
lot of issues.
He,
Oh, just spit it out. Nothing can surprise me at this point.
Very well. It's our understanding that Uraka is a mediocre student who has been underperforming in his classes. He started taking extra tutoring to improve his grades, but developed a gambling habit around the same time and lost a lot of mora. Down on his luck, he went to the tavern for a drink and overheard some people chatting about Sir Cyrus's comfortable retirement. They mentioned that he's always arguing about his tomato plants with some old woman on the street.
Some old woman on the street? Goodness gracious. Has that rascal attended a single one of his classes? That old woman is Keshawar's very own professor, Zaha Hadid. How can he not know who Zaha Hadid is?
Is this going somewhere?
Oh, right, yes. So another thing. We don't just argue about tomato plants. And what are they trying to insinuate by comfortable retirement? A man grows a few vegetables and suddenly he's living a life of luxury?
Maybe it's more the fact that you have the time to grow vegetables in the first
This
place.
fucking guy as well.
Uraka mentioned he'd heard a rumor, alleging that Sir Cyrus illegally obtained a large sum of money from the desert before retiring, and kept it for himself instead of reporting it to the Academia.
What?
Uraka believes this money to be the reason why Sir Cyrus hasn't kept up with any academic research or other projects since his retirement. And given your advanced age, he thought you'd be an easy target to blackmail.
Oh, Uraka. I'm at a loss for words. I'm so angry I don't know where to start.
Stab him.
People make up rumors
That's where
all
you
the time.
start.
I am quite confident that Professor Cyrus has never embezzled a mora in his life.
Arav, you'll have to find some excuse
the
to
dull blade from
interrogate
Traveler,
Uraka again later.
give her
I need you to deliver a
something
few firm
better.
fistfuls to him on my behalf.
I completely understand how you feel, Sir Cyrus,
and then
but I'm afraid that course of action goes against the Matra's principles.
stab the dude.
Professor, there's no need to be childish about this.
Give her the...
Oh, come on. I was clearly joking.
The Traveler can't use the catch.
Okay. Where does this go from here?
But she,
The
but she
Academia
can
will determine
use
the appropriate
Raiden's
disciplinary
titty
action
blade.
against the student. And as for the individuals spreading rumors about the professor's obsession with tomatoes and some old woman on the street, there could be a slander case here. The Matra will continue to investigate.
Who said I'm obsessed with some old woman on the street? Mind your wording or you'll start a whole new rumor. You seem confused. Oh, don't you understand? Uraka is just a young boy who made a
Swan?
very rash and very stupid decision based
The
on
Traveler
some
can only
groundless rumor he
use
heard. Besides,
swords,
I
nothing
didn't
else,
actually
which
hand
is
over any
weird.
mora to him. The whole thing sounds a lot worse than it is. All it costs me is a little reputational damage. That's all.
Please rest assured, Professor, that the Academia will issue a fair and reasonable punishment.
Yes, I have no doubt about that. But as a former educator, I'd still like to have a serious conversation
Swan.
with the boy's parents. Their family lives in the city, yes?
Correct.
Swan, you annoying
We looked
shit and
into
get
the family. Both parents are merchants, and they're often away on business.
You
They've
bloody
never
wanker.
taken much of an active role in their children's lives.
Oh, what a mess. You don't have to seal the evidence away yet, do you? I'd like to have that letter back for the time being, if possible. I need something concrete for when I talk to the family tonight. We have to show them how serious this situation is.
The relevant authorities have already reviewed the evidence and are now discussing Araka's punishment. You can hold on to the letter for now. Just make sure to return it within a couple of days.
Wait.
Oh, so you'll be able to close the case in 2 days?
Give or take. Cases like this are quick to resolve.
Very good. Well, thank you for all your help.
You really like
Perhaps we can all go for a
trying to
meal
give
together.
the traveler weird
My
weapons,
treat,
don't
of
you?
course.
My apologies, Sir Cyrus, but I have a prior commitment. Enjoy the meal, everyone.
Ah, I see. Well, that's a pity. But Sino, you have to come. You found the culprit at record speed, and I owe you for that. Ah, and isn't Tighnari in town at the moment? Bring him along, too.
Wait, you mean Tighnari's in the city?
Ah, yes. Cyrus insinuating Sino brings his boyfriend with him. Yes.
He is. Tighnari's master, Sir Nephis, called him and Kale to the academia to help out on a project. They should be at Nephis's office at this hour. Though I must say, I'm surprised you're extending an invitation to Tighnari. Did you do something to offend Sir Nephis?
Don't be outrageous. Nephis offends me all the time. It's never the other way around. Anyway, hurry up and fetch Tighnari. I'll head over to the tavern with the Traveler and Paimon. See you there. Go on now. Don't keep us waiting.
What, nothing to say about my quip about Sino needing to get his boyfriend. Oh my god, Swan! The only thing you haven't tried to give the Traveler is a legitimate sword or catalyst. Which is hilarious. All things considered. Also, I'm gonna upload this to my YouTube channel just for the fuck of it. Just for the hell of it. And I'm gonna get so much hate for mentioning Sino X Tighnari because for some reason people well, might as well give her. I don't know what weapon that is, but I'll search it up now because I'm now fucking invested in this.
Not to brag, but we never had problems like this at Ratawa Hist back when I was still teaching. And
Oh,
if you don't want to take my word for it, you can ask them. They were students at the time.
His weapon.
They'll tell you what it was like, won't they?
I was out in the forest at least 4 days a week back then, thanks to a colossal workload from Master. It wrought havoc on my poor tail, so I didn't exactly keep up to date with what was going on at the academia. Most of what I know, I heard from Sino after the fact.
Professor's become a lot more laid back in his retirement. He used to be far stricter, and was especially known for being extremely principled.
Wow. It's hard enough to stay true to your principles as a normal person. I can't imagine doing that as a sage.
It's a pity Kale wasn't around at the time. I would have happily taken her on as a student.
And then we'd have one more person who has to address Lisa as upper-class woman.
Really? Can't you just call her Lisa? She seems to prefer it when people treat her like an older sister.
Oh, believe me, back when she was a student, nothing made her happier than the younger students acknowledging her seniority.
Whoa, more food? Are you sure about this? We don't want to take advantage.
Oh, don't worry about it. Order whatever you like. And if it's not enough, order some more. After all your help today, treating you to dinner is the least I can do.
I thought I heard some familiar voices. Ah, and Sir
Oh my
Cyrus
god,
is
it's
here as well.
Kaveh.
Oh, Kaveh,
Another gay
it's
one.
been a while. Zaha Hadid was talking about you last month. How have you been?
I've been all right, thank you. You're looking very well, sir. I'm glad to see it.
Have you eaten yet? Care to join us?
Oh god, it's Gabe.
That's awfully kind of you, but I had a late lunch, so I'm not really hungry just yet. I'll have dinner a little bit later tonight. I just came to Lombard's to buy some wine, and when I heard some voices I recognized, I thought I'd come and say
Yeah,
hello.
Kaveh, Gabe for
So what's the
Al-Haytham.
occasion, anyway? Some sort of celebration?
Zaino, Gabe for
Consolation, more
Tainari.
like. You wouldn't believe the day I've had.
Hello, Bunny.
Sounds like things have really gone downhill since I was there. My whole time as a student, I've never heard of anything remotely like that.
I can't believe how young the
How
guy
are you,
is.
Bunny?
What are his parents going to think?
Young people are always more susceptible to making rash and ill-advised decisions.
Swan.
Their minds are still developing. It's just an unfortunate fact of life.
It is
But still,
Zaino's story
this
quest.
boy has some nerve. Just look at what he wrote. Oh, it makes my blood boil.
Wow, yeah. Jeez.
I will always be watching you and all of your secrets. And then he just followed you into the house of Dana?
If this were my son, he'd get the scolding of a lifetime. Oh.
Luckily, I'm also an extremely principled person.
Kaveh! Your order's ready, sir!
Coming! I'll have to get going. Have a nice evening, everyone. I'll catch you all another time.
Okay, bye-bye!
Here I am. The coffee beans are in here too.
Yep, it's all there. I'll stop babbling away now. Let's eat before the food gets cold.
Oh, too tasty. Paimon's belly is about to explode.
Oh, mine too. I'll have to walk home to burn some of it off.
Thanks for dinner, Sir Cyrus. Master Tainari and I will bring you some homemade herbal tea next time. It'll do wonders for your sleep.
Well, I look forward to that. In fact, could I trouble you to bring a little extra for the other old folks on my street? I'll be the envy of the neighborhood.
No problem at all. I'll pack some up and bring it over.
I'll see you all later. I better head home now and tend to the crops.
Good night, Professor. Don't let those tomatoes keep you up too late.
Hey, my tomatoes are serious business. I am not about to be beaten by Zaha Hadid. Anyway, I'll be leaving now. Don't stay up too late now, children. I bid you all a good night.
Yeah.
Take care. Have a safe trip home.
To be honest, I don't think my
All right.
laptop
Now,
would,
we finally
would
have
be
some
a lot,
us time.
would be able
What do you mean,
to
us
both
time?
Well, I was talking with
stream
Tainari and
Luma
Kale,
and play.
and since we all have some free time, we thought we could all go camping together. Think of it as our way of welcoming you back to Sumeru.
Yeah.
Camping?
We're
Whoa, that
going
sounds
camping.
fun! Let's in!
Wait, no! That's my job! Don't take it away from me. Why don't you and Paimon help out Master or Sino? You don't have to play the hero when you're out with us. This is your chance to just, you know, laze around and switch off for a bit.
Everyone, let's meet tomorrow afternoon at the riverbank to the southeast of Gandharvaville. No need to bring anything. We've already packed everything for the trip. Just bring your delightful selves and prepare to have some fun.
You got it! We'll be there!
Great. Then we'll see you tomorrow.
I've got...
Makes me laugh every time.
Oh, night! Okay, I know Millie, but who else? Okay, that makes sense. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I need to get Emmy's friend code.
Time to set off! Let's head to the southeast of Gandharv.
Yeah. When Emmy was playing, I was really tired, so I didn't go to her stream. Kinda regretting it now.
Who says you have to use scissors to cut clothes? Leave those rigid rules behind. I much prefer using my own cutting tools.
I was doing it for the motion. That's fair.
Ha! We're here! Wow, you guys are ahead of the game. You set up the tents already.
I'd say we're right about on schedule, actually. We were aiming to have them set up before you arrived.
Traveler, Paimon, let's go fishing together. Whatever we catch, we can grill for dinner tonight.
I just catch nothing.
You got it. Dinner's on us tonight.
Aw.
I hope I can contribute too. The other Forest Watchers gave me some fishing tips a little while ago. I'm really looking forward to giving them a try.
I saw some very appetizing mushrooms in the area, so I gathered a few for us. I'll leave them here along with some fresh fruit.
Wow, camping with a Forest Watcher is the way to go. They think of everything. And even if they don't, they can improvise.
This is true. I don't think I've ever had a single rough day in this forest.
So, how has everything been going for you?
Yay.
Well, there's been some high points and low points, but we've had some unforgettable experiences along the way.
I see. Oh, in that case, you should try a Valberry. I bought some from the market this morning.
A valuable suggestion.
Oh my...
Just don't bury your feelings using food.
All I wanted was to recommend something bittersweet.
Oh, I have a sudden craving for fruit tea. I'm gonna go fetch some stuff. Bye!
She sure made a run for it.
No!
Unbelievable. She made a run for it.
So Kale chose the path of tactical retreat. Could it be she foresaw what shall soon come to pass?
What? The twinkle in my eye.
My dear friend, You know what I am about to say.
Not now.
Oh, drat. A flat-out rejection. But this isn't over. It's only a matter of time before I challenge you again. So be ready.
Ugh, this guy. Somebody make it stop.
Don't make me face him. My current teams aren't good enough. Also, I didn't even do the event that has me doing this bullshit. Doing the card bullshit.
Ah! We got a bite!
Even though I've technically maxed out
I'll reel it in.
Genius Invocation TCG.
Firewood, spices, snacks, and drinks. Everything's ready. Light up the fire and start grilling.
And trading card game event. The trading card game event, I didn't do it. Oh, I'm smiling. I look weird. I look weird smiling. Whoa. Also, did you see the Nikkei channel
There are 3
in
tents.
Miluna's,
Which one do you two want to take?
Discord?
How about the one on the left? Well, Paimon just thinks the ambiance here is a little better.
True. But it's also the closest to the water. If there are any sleepwalking fungi around tonight, they might stumble into your tent.
Yeah, just look at it.
Well, that's no good. Take my weapon. You can use it to bar the entrance.
Anyone would think you were sealing the gates to King Deshret's mausoleum.
Excellent. Then this tent will be an impenetrable fortress.
I'm back!
I love Sino.
How's your appetites? Ready for the barbecue?
Always.
Okay, you're sick? Okay. That's weird, but okay.
Oh, it smells so good. Paimon's drooling.
Fuck you, Paimon.
Someone sure is desperate to eat.
Emergency
I think
food.
it's time to add the seasoning. How do you like your
I believe
skewers?
you.
Well done? Medium? Rare?
Wait, what? Isn't that just for steaks?
Hey, if it works for steak, maybe it works for other things too.
Medium well for me.
Okay, these are about ready now then. It'll be a few more minutes for anyone who wants theirs well done.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I
that
just
was
like
so
making
delicious.
fun of people
If
at the
Paimon's
moment.
stomach
because
had
I'm bored.
space, she'd eat 3 more skewers.
I ate a lot too. Here comes the food coma.
Yes,
If you're tired,
that word.
then
food
go
coma.
rest.
Coma.
You must be
Mine
getting
well
sleepy
done.
too, Paimon. Why don't you
Mine's
guys head to your
always
tents?
rare.
Sino and I will clean up.
Because burn.
Tonight I show you mercy. Our sacred duel will take place another day.
No, it won't. I'm never facing you again.
Good night.
I like man
Paimon's
rare.
struggling to keep her eyes
And then well
open.
done. And then rare again. Because
Oh, don't forget this.
rare.
The staff of the Scarlet Sands.
Wait, you were actually being serious about that?
It's
Yes.
a very powerful weapon. Try it.
I want to hit
Paimon
someone with
can't
it.
even lift that thing.
I can.
Fair enough. You sure you don't want it?
Are you?
Yeah, Paimon's sure. We'll be fine. And
I'll be
even
fine.
if we do get an uninvited guest in the night, Paimon will be here to take care of the traveler.
You mean I'll be here to take care of you?
That reminds me of a parting king of invocations. I'll tell you about it tomorrow.
No, you won't.
But right now,
Ah, yes, just checking
it's time
the
to
Disney
rest.
Channel. Nice.
Sleep well and sweet dreams.
I'm so excited for next version because we get 10 free tickets plus another 10 tickets in the event that we can buy. Let's just like, I don't know if I want a soda or an Alice. Like, I want soda because soda.
I think they should all be here. Traveler? Paimon? Are you in there? Could you come outside for a sec?
What is Kaveh
Look at
and
this.
Al-Hakam doing?
What the? What's this sword doing here? Is it supposed to keep out intruders?
Evidently.
Evidently.
What? Who is it? Oh, what time do you call this? Paimon's gonna take out the sword. Yeah!
Yeah. I'm going back to sleep. Yeah.
I'll hate them. Kaveh! What are you doing here? It's the middle of the night!
Ah, yes, the boyfriends. The roommates. And they were roommates.
Sorry to wake you up at this hour of the night,
Oh my God.
but we've got a
They were
situation on our hands.
What?
Let's get dressed and talk about it outside.
Yeah. Okay, I'm coming. Where's Sino? He needs
Something
to
has come up,
about-
and since it pertains to Cyrus and Sino, I deemed it essential to inform you all.
Whoa, back up. Let's start from the beginning.
Ah! I understand. I understand what's going on. I just don't really care.
Where'd the wine cups go? I could have sworn I left them here after I washed them. Ah, there they are.
Yes.
I'll have a cup too.
Can you see if the cookies are still on the table?
Oh, okay.
They are, and so are the fruits.
Oh, this is so bland. I should have gotten a few bottles of what Sino's group was drinking last night.
Do tell. What were they drinking?
Oh, right, I forgot to mention. So, I ran into Cyrus yesterday evening when I went to the tavern to pick up some things. He was hosting a dinner for Sino, Tighnari, Kale, and the Traveler and Paimon. Anyway, they got a bottle of Lombard's new vintage for the table. At least, I think that's what it was. It looked pretty good.
Sounds like they're all tangled up in this.
You know what it's
Tangled up
about,
in
right?
what?
16-year-old kid tried to extort Cyrus. He was asking for 10 million mora.
I heard some people talking about it on the streets, yes. Didn't take them long to catch the culprit. The sages are probably dealing with the case by now.
I wonder what Sir Nephis and the others will make of it. Oh, Cyrus showed me the extortion letter, too. It was crudely written, but the paper had this beautiful pattern on it that I've never seen before. It really caught my eye. Give me a sec. I'll sketch it out for you.
Oh, Al-Haytham knows something. Al-Haytham.
Okay, done. Take a look.
Al-Haytham.
You see what I mean? I don't think I've ever seen writing paper like this around before. God knows where the culprit got it from.
The desert.
Interesting. These are all motifs associated with the tribes of the desert.
Ah.
What? Really?
Take this, for instance. Looks like an outline of a spire, similar to the kind found on some ancient palaces. And the crisscrossing and mirroring here, I recognize that too. It bears a striking resemblance to an ancient emblem, one that hasn't been used in a very long time.
Whose emblem is it?
King Deshret's.
It's the emblem of the Temple of Silence.
Got it wrong. Yeah. Also, apparently the new 4-star we're getting next version has half of King Deshret's power, while Cyno has the other half. And I can't wait to try out the new 4-star that's coming next version. Like, it's going to be awesome. Wait. Sometime next week. Like, possibly...
After discussing it with each other, we both agreed that something didn't feel right. So we went looking for you. This was a long way to come from the city. Alhaitham figured you were probably with Tighnari, so Gandharvaville was our first stop. But the Forest Watchers told us that you'd gone camping.
He looks boring
Then,
to you.
just as we
to
were
me,
heading
he
off
looks
to the
cool.
campsite, we ran into Cyno. He said he was on a supply run. We exchanged a few words, and then he ran off.
Hold on. So what's the deal with that emblem you were talking about? The Temple of Silence, you said?
I want Clorand as well.
Is everything okay?
But I know I'll
Give me
most
a
likely
second.
not get her.
Let me get Kale.
Not with how much I have. Oh, give me a second. Why do I
So
want
you've
to
never
check the
heard of the
river?
Temple of Silence? Well, to put it simply, it's an organization that has existed in Sumeru for over 1,000 years. These days, you can find a Temple of Silence office in the Academia. Theoretically, it's responsible for the custody and disposal of information and documents not fit for public dissemination. At least, that's what they tell the outside world. In truth, it's essentially a vestigial institution nowadays. There's an office with their name on it, but it's functionally obsolete.
Yeah.
Historically speaking, the original Temple of Silence is said to have been established by Hermanubis, one of the 7 pillars of King Deshret and the greatest of all sages. Most of the organization's members hailed from the desert. By contrast, none of the Academia Temple's current members are from the desert region, nor do they use any symbols connected with the desert folk.
So the Temple of Silence at the Academia is just a fake? Wow.
It's possible. The real question is, why? My guess is they're covering something up.
So, how do you know all this?
I want
Sounds like some pretty
Clorand
top
and the
secret
new
stuff.
4-star.
Did you forget? He did a stint as acting Grand Sage, and kept the pay raise even after he resigned.
Oh, yeah! Paimon did totally forget about that. So you took the chance to read all the top secret documents while you were acting Grand Sage, huh?
If you're asking me whether I familiarized myself with the documentation in my office, I would respond that that's a perfectly normal part of any job.
So much about this doesn't make sense. Why did the emblem of the Temple of Silence appear on a threat letter from an
We've
Academia
both seen
student
the
to
same
Cyrus?
promotional
Student's only 16
information.
and doesn't have any family ties to the desert. So where could he have seen that emblem, or gotten the paper?
You said you ran into Cyno, yes? Did you tell him what you've just told us?
Yep. He ran off as soon as he heard what we said.
Given that Cyrus is involved, he's probably halfway through solving the case by now. Still, we should try to catch up with him. At this hour of the night, Cyno will probably go looking for Cyrus at his current residence.
If the Academia's Temple of Silence really does exist just to cover up the truth, the sudden appearance of this emblem can't be good. It's sure to stir up trouble. We should pay a visit to
And
the
to be
Academia.
totally honest, I can't wait to
As
actually
the
get
Sage of
Clorand.
Amorta, my
So
master
I
ought to know
might
the truth
actually
about their
need
office.
to use actual money.
You can ask him to tell you what he knows. The more information we have, the better prepared we'll be for whatever happens there.
Fuck.
If this situation is connected to the real Temple of Silence, the emblem has to be part of a bigger conspiracy.
Kale, could I trouble you to send a message to the Corps of 30? Tell them to keep an eye out for Cyno and Cyrus. Traveler, Paimon, you two come with me. We'll go after Cyno.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Cyrus has been living in the city lately. He rented a place near the field
No,
so he
I
can
don't
keep
have
an eye on
money.
his tomato plants.
Then let's go look for him there.
I don't have a job, which sucks, and I only get like $50 a fortnight for my allowance.
Here we are. This is the place.
We might
Yeah,
be too late.
I will.
Looks like nobody's home. Oh, Cyno moves fast. If he was here, he's probably long gone by now.
I know that voice. Is that Tighnari I hear?
Ah!
I'm just
Professor
gonna
Zaha Hadid.
hope that I get really fucking
Wow.
lucky.
So it really is you. My goodness, whatever is going on tonight?
We're looking for Cyno. So, he's already been here.
Yes, not long ago, in fact. He knocked on my door and asked if I'd seen Cyrus today at all. I told him the old fool left early this morning, and I hadn't heard him come back. So we went to his place, and would you believe it? He's gone. Goodness knows where to. It must have alarmed Cyno, because he took off in an awful hurry after that. He never did explain what this was all about. How serious is it?
Well, if Cyrus isn't at home... Oh, it sure doesn't sound good.
Professor, did you hear that a student recently tried to extort Cyrus?
Why, yes. When I left the house that day, I noticed he was watering his flowers in the field in complete silence. He had a piece of paper clutched in his hand, and he looked lost in thought. I could tell something was troubling him, but he wouldn't tell me what it was. If Cyno hadn't happened to visit him that day, he'd probably still be holding on to that thing. After seeing the letter, Cyno told him to contact the Corps of 30, but Cyrus was very reluctant. He claimed it would only damage his reputation. Eventually, he relented, after much persuasion from Cyno.
Huh? Cyrus didn't want to report it? Well, that's strange. When we saw him, he seemed pretty okay with the idea of the kid getting his just desserts.
As a former sage, it's possible Cyrus still has enemies at the Academia. That's why Cyno was so insistent that he report the matter to the authorities. I was there while they were going back and forth over it.
So Cyrus initially hoped to stop this from going public. But why?
Oh, dear. What on earth has that old fool gotten himself wrapped up in? Oh, I do hope he's not in danger. Oh, I almost forgot. Cyno left me this letter to pass on to you. He wrote it when he came by earlier. He realized you might come looking for him.
Thank you.
What does it say? Let Paimon take a look. My friends, this is a rather complicated state of affair. Unfortunately, I cannot disclose more than that. I ask you to understand and accept that I had to act alone at this stage. Don't come after me.
Yep, that sounds like Cyno. Thank you, Professor. Please do not worry. We will do all we can to protect both Cyno and Cyrus. Traveler, Paimon, let's head to the Academia and regroup.
Okay. Let's go. Also, I'll show you how many primos I have. I have 30,107. And I also have 5 wishes. Entwined fates. So, yeah. Zero pity. Considering I haven't done any. That is why I said I hope I get lucky and get her early, which basically means next Wednesday I'm going to need to get home as quickly as I fucking can. That or figure out a way to get Genshin on my phone without my phone just killing itself. Then you might want to start getting ready. Plus, Nikke is going to update soon, most likely next week. Yeah, it usually goes, Genshin updates and then Nikke updates the very next day.
You're here? I thought you were going after... Ah, I guess you lost their trail.
We went to Cyrus's house.
To be totally honest,
no one was
I'm
there.
close to
Cyno got there before us, but
polls.
he was long gone by the time we arrived.
He didn't say where he was going?
No, he left us a letter and told us not to go after him.
Can't say I'm surprised.
Typical Cyno. Anyway, some updates on progress on our end. I drew the emblem from memory again, but in more detail this time.
Nice. Whoa. Oh, that's an actual door to an actual temple.
I checked some ancient texts for a similar design.
The
one I found was a little blurry, but the similarities in the general form and certain details were clear enough to confirm a match.
What's the
we're
exam?
lucky we found anything at all.
Is it for work?
It turns out the emblem was all but lost to history. We scoured the entire Academia collection, and that book was the only one with a record of the motif.
Meanwhile, Arav managed to get Uraka to disclose his source. The one who told him about Cyrus's embezzled funds was a young man from the desert. According to Uraka, he had a striking presence and was well educated.
Apparently, the two met in the tavern over a game of cards. The guy claimed to be in the city for business, as part of a merchant caravan. Uraka was intrigued when he heard what his new acquaintance had to say, and brought up the idea of extorting Cyrus for Mora. The guy encouraged him to go ahead with it, then handed him some pen and paper to write the letter.
I see. So it could be that this person planted the paper intentionally.
Yep.
So, how do we find this guy? Did Uraka say where he is?
He doesn't know.
No.
He claims not to have seen him since that day in the tavern.
it.
The man gave him some tips on how to carry out the extortion, but from then on, Uraka was acting alone.
Nephis and Arav have gone to meet the Court of 30 and review the city's entry and exit records. Also, Nephis admitted that the Temple of Silence in the Academia is just a facade. The true Temple of Silence once came to the rainforest to establish a collaboration with the Academia, but as time went by, the sages gradually became corrupt and foolish. The Temple of Silence felt that they could no longer trust the Academia and ended the partnership. They retreated back to the desert about 400 years ago. Ever since its inception, the Temple of Silence has been the guardians of King Deshret's civilization and belief system. They traveled throughout Sumeru, sequestering and guarding any wisdom that posed a threat to the people's livelihoods.
Wait. They stopped 400 years ago. That is 100 years after Nahida was born. Lesser Lord Kusanale. So that means that it took the Temple of Silence 100 years to notice that the sages were corrupt and foolish, and 100 years of Nahida being trapped before the Temple of Silence left. The sages were becoming corrupt around the time Nahida was born.
At its roots, it was a legitimate and reputable organization whose purpose was to guide people towards the right path.
The academia of the day knew that the split would damage their reputation if it became a matter of public knowledge. And so, they set up a dummy organization of their own to conceal the truth.
Not only that, but they managed to keep up the charade for hundreds of years!
So how did Cyrus become acquainted with the true Temple of Silence if they left centuries ago?
Yeah, they do.
I'll bet that's the question that bothered Cyno. Probably why he went after him in such a rush.
Whoever is behind this, getting Uraka to extort Cyrus was only the first step of the plan. Their true goal in doing so was for Cyrus to see the emblem on the letter.
He must have recognized it right away. That'll be why he didn't want to involve the authorities. He probably hoped to take care of the whole thing by himself. Unfortunately for him, Cyno had other plans.
Since the desert is where the Temple of Silence originated, that is in all likelihood where Cyrus went.
I have to go after him.
Really? Are you sure that's a good idea, with how you respond to the heat? Why don't we send someone else?
I should be fine, as long as I bring plenty of water. Besides, I just can't shake this ominous feeling that if we don't catch up to them soon...
Everyone, I have news from the Corps of 30.
Master!
Oh, so that's Nafis, Tighnari's master? Oh, we're finally getting to meet him in person!
It's a pleasure to meet you, Traveler in Paimon.
Nafis looks
Several
so much like a
eyewitnesses have
dork.
reported seeing Cyrus and Mahamatra
And it's
Cyno leaving the city
hilarious.
at different times. Both were heading in the direction of Caravan Rebat. I was going to suggest that you join forces with the Corps of 30 in this case. However, as I'm sure you've already heard from Alhaitham and Kaveh, the Temple of Silence is involved. The Academia has made a number of decisions throughout history that I am ashamed to talk about. It may well be that no better choice was available to them, but those actions are nonetheless a stain on our legacy. I won't attempt to make you understand the Academia's perspective. Now is the time for action.
Lol.
I understand where you're coming from, Master. But I'm afraid the situation might be more complicated than we thought. I think we need to keep a low profile, or risk making things worse.
Good point. If Cyrus is involved with the other side, or worse, if he's fallen into their hands, and...
No, it's more of a plan to...
We have to get Cyrus and Cyno back safely.
To pull Cyno
we
to
cannot
the
afford
desert.
to lose them.
Cyrus is just
Need our help?
a...
Whatever you need, we got you covered.
Really? Wonderful. You have my most sincere gratitude.
Collateral damage.
Arav and I will continue to follow up on the lead from Uraka.
Well, that's
Kaveh,
what I'm guessing.
Scribe Alhaitham, I'd like to ask you to cover the duties of the House of Dana. Tighnari, you are planning to go into the desert, correct?
I am. Kaveh, I'll be okay. You stay behind to help Master and Alhaitham.
Well, if you're sure... Okay. But be careful.
If I had...
Thank you
If
all.
I had Tighnari,
Arav,
I'd
let's
put
go.
him on my team for this mission.
You'd better get moving. Don't forget to ask for help when you need it.
Will do. Let's go, Tighnari. Hopefully we can catch up with Cyno before it's too late.
Knowing him, he's probably covered a fair distance already. But we still have a shot. Let's take it.
I have a better shot of catching him. I can teleport. He didn't interact. Oh yeah, and I haven't been able to lose my 50-50 to him, so I don't have him. And to be totally honest, the only reason I'd actually get him is for his passive ability, which is literally just showing all of the collectible plants you can find in Sumeru, and that's it. That is the only reason I'd use him. Because I don't need him for anything else. But I just use the interactive map or YouTube when I... Oh yeah, I do too, except sometimes it doesn't give you the exact location.
Okay, we made it to Caravan Ribat. Where should we go next?
It gives you a roundabout location, which
nearby
sucks.
guards if they've seen anything.
Hold on. Look over there.
Is that Dia?
You sure you want to brave the desert alone? I mean, it's your choice at the end of the day, but still.
It's not my first time. I'll be
Candace!
Cyno.
Candace, dick fit in your
If
mouth.
you're really going to go through with this, then at least take our advice. When you're packing for your trip, budget for 5 days more than you plan to spend out there.
Makes sense. Okay, I'll go get ready.
Hello.
Thought we might find you here. You're trying to retrace Cyrus's steps, aren't you?
Lol.
Didn't I tell you not to come after me?
I win.
I thought I had a good lead on you.
Fuck you.
Well, sorry, but we never agreed to that. Why would you go off on your own like this?
Nothing personal. It's just a complex situation.
No, it isn't.
And I'd rather not involve anyone else if I
You're
can help
gay for Tainari.
Takes a special kind of person to get
The
Cyno chasing them
lesbians?
all the way out to Caravan Ribat. But why so coy today, huh? You only gave us his age and description. Why can't you reveal his name? Is he Sumeru's most wanted or something?
It's Dea and Candace, the lesbians. Bozzy! Hey, boy!
Oh, also, hey guys, it's been a while.
Dia and Candace! So nice to see you. Actually, seeing all of our friends is the whole reason we're here.
You're looking well.
Hey, Bozzy.
I'm glad
How
to
are
see
you?
it. Candace and I came to Caravan Ribat on business. We ran into Cyno as he was asking about some elderly gentleman's whereabouts.
Yeah, I don't know.
Some people say they saw him.
I have Dea.
Guess he stood out as an older guy
I just
heading
don't-
into the desert alone with just
I
a
just
sumpter
don't
beast in
use
tow
her
and
because
very few
her
supplies.
playstyle doesn't interest me.
That's gotta be one heck of a story there.
Fuck.
Cyno, it's okay if you can't tell us anything about the
Yes,
case. But let us know how we can support you. We're here to help however you need. The more people we have working on this, the quicker we'll be able to find the person you seek.
No, it's not that simple. If I'm right, he'll be doing everything he can to avoid us.
We spoke with Zaha Hadid. From what she said, it's pretty clear that he wants to try and solve this on his own.
Yeah.
It won't be easy trying to find him in the desert when he's deliberately trying to cover his tracks.
Sounds like this is far more complex than we imagined.
Still, if he started from Caravan Ribat, the chances are that his route took him past our village. You may as well ask if anyone there has seen him.
My thanks to you both.
Oh my god, this
Once this is resolved,
this
I
feels
will
like
find
a
a way to
fetch
repay you.
quest.
Ah, come on. No need to get all serious. Just buy a round of drinks next time we're all in the city or something.
That's a deal.
All right, so, you all set?
Yes, we'll handle it from here. Thank you again for your help. I don't take it for granted.
All right, then we'll leave you to it. Just remember, if you change your mind and need some reinforcements, we'll be here.
No.
And don't think you'd be imposing. You can depend on us.
Did I?
Don't worry, we'll keep him out of trouble.
Adventure quest. What? No. Adventure quest. Bob. It feels like a what is it? Fuck, my brain
Hold on.
died.
There's a few things I'd like to clear up.
A fetch quest. That's
So,
what.
after
Feels
you
like a
left the
fetch
campsite,
quest.
we had a longer talk.
Go on.
Clearly, we've only scratched the surface of the Temple of Silence question. It doesn't surprise me at all that the one in the Academia is a fake.
Do you have any connection with the Temple of Silence?
I do. I trust you're all aware of the spirit that gives me my power?
Yep, King Deshret.
Hermanubis, the original founder of the Temple of Silence.
What?
Due to my unique constitution, I was put through a number of trials in the desert when I was younger. Later, I met the professor, and he brought me to Sumeru City.
Okay.
But my memory of that time is hazy. I can't recall much. It's a good thing that Kaveh noticed the emblem on the letter. Without that, I don't know if we would have connected the dots and realized there was more to this case than mere extortion. I did not recognize that symbol at all. Whether that's because I've never seen it, or because my memory fails me, it's hard to say.
Yeah, you're right. Thank goodness for Kaveh, and for Alhaitham's diligence during his time as acting Grand Sage.
But Cyrus must have recognized it right away, right? Otherwise, he wouldn't have had any qualms about you reporting it. Oh, maybe his connection to the Temple of Silence goes even deeper than yours.
I suspect so too. Professor has never once mentioned the Temple of Silence in conversation. And whenever the conversation turns to Hermanubis and the concept of spirit indwelling, he avoids going into any depth.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of avoiding things, you do realize, don't you, now that we've caught up with you, you're stuck with us for the rest of the way.
I am aware. And I have accepted it. Or rather, I don't see how I could manage to ditch you en route, so I might as well accept that you're coming with me.
That's right. Fact is, we're coming with you whether you like it or not, so the best option now is to try to look out for each other.
Fair enough. Then at least let me buy you a drink once we're back in the city.
Works for me. All right, off we go. Let's start by seeing what the guards here can tell us.
Oh god fucking damn it, this feels like a fucking fetch quest and I hate
Hello.
it.
Mahamatra Sino?
Yes.
I'm looking for someone. So I'd like to confirm any recent foot traffic in and out of Aru village.
Everyone's dead.
A man matching that description passed by Aru village not too long ago. He stopped by to load up on food and water and feed his sumpter beast. Then he was on his way.
Where was he going?
Let me think. He took a seat by the entrance of the village for a while, and had a brief chat with the person who came to deliver the water. He said he was headed somewhere near an oasis, but he didn't mention which one. Do you have a map? I can mark out the direction he was heading and the best routes to any nearby oases.
I have one. Mark away.
Great.
In my mind, I just imagine someone has like a huge
There you
map
go.
of all of Teyvat.
Thank you so much. You were a great help.
You've got a really good memory.
Ah, you're quite welcome. Just doing my job. Best of luck. I hope you find him soon.
Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, we just open up Paimon's mouth completely, and it's just a map of all of Teyvat that we have found so far. That would just be hilarious. Also disturbing, but hilarious to me.
How can I market high fashion here?
You don't, Chiori. You don't market high fashion here. None of these people want to hear about your fashion. There he is. There's the wanker. I'm legitimately just gliding here.
Hold on. I see some people over there.
Yeah, you do.
Do you think it's safe to ask them what they know?
Should be. I'll go.
No, you are.
No.
I'll go.
I'll do it.
Yes. Go, Tighnari. Go eat
Huh? Why
the
can't
4-star
Sino go talk to
Cyno.
them? What difference does it make?
The 4-star bow
Given my
Cyno.
background, appearance, and the way I dress, I might not be the most welcome visitor here. Just in case, it's probably better to let a more neutral party handle things.
Yes. Tighnari. Except they also know.
Hello there. I hope I'm not interrupting. My friend and I are looking for an elderly man who's gone missing around these parts. Any chance I could ask you a couple of questions?
Oh, a missing person, huh? Sure. What do you want to know?
I'm just wondering if you've seen him. Let me give you the details.
That dude's voice sounds familiar and I can't place it.
So, a silver-haired guy in a long robe, culture type with thoughtful eyes, and he's traveling alone.
He'd stand out like a sore thumb around here.
Yeah, they're showing him off.
Sounds like the kind of guy we'd remember if we saw him.
He's looking behind me.
Yeah, he's looking at Cyno.
Uh-oh. That guy's looking our way.
Your friend over there stands out a lot, too.
Just walk up.
Hey, aren't you Cyno, the General Mahamatra?
Yes, that's me.
You don't seem surprised that I recognized you.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, you're the one looking for the old man who's gone missing, aren't you?
I have a bad feeling about this guy.
Someone's on edge. You don't trust me much, do you? No need to hide it. I understand why you're wary of us. Still, you came to us asking for help. Do you want it or not?
I thought you were a group of merchants.
Cephas.
Seems I was mistaken.
Your henchmen don't look like much, but something tells me they put up a better fight than most mercenaries.
Hey, hear that, guys? You're my henchmen now.
Suits me, as long as I get paid for it.
Just cut to the
Zeno
chase already.
Robinson.
I'm running out of patience.
All right. Come with me. All of you. Don't you want to find your friend? A silver-haired, long-robe, culture type with thoughtful eyes? Sounds like there's a whole other side to Cyrus I didn't know about.
So you know where he is?
Just follow me. I'll take you to him.
Oh, Toru! From Horimiya! That's where I recognize him from! He's Toru!
And here.
What? Where are you looking? There's nothing here.
Please step back.
Ooh, something's coming out of the ground!
Yeah.
What is this enormous building doing here?
And how was
went
it so well hidden? King Deshret's technology?
I went to the Genshin fandom and then found
wait,
Sethos.
Hold on,
This
who
character?
are you guys really?
Is this the Temple of Silence? So you're a member?
All good questions. There'll be plenty of time to address them later.
And then I went to voice actor and went to the English voice actor because I always do English. He's voiced by Zeno Robbins, and then I scrolled down to see what else he voiced, and Toru from Horimiya was there. I'm seeing if I know anyone else.
This is not what Paimon was expecting to find in the desert, especially not hidden right next to an oasis. Ooh, Paimon's scared. They must have kidnapped Cyrus. Do you think this is the guy Raka met in the tavern?
He's also
What's wrong?
Vanitas
Thinking about your
from the case
professor?
study of Vanitas.
I just hope for your sake you haven't done anything you might regret.
Me too. Hope I haven't done anything to incur your wrath.
Kyoto's... Yeah. Kaito. Well, that's yeah, I figured that, but still, I'm surprised because I have watched it, so I know what Vanitas sounds like, and that show is that anime is so amazing. Like, I could go on a whole entire rant about it, which I'm not going to because that would take too long. And I would just love to show it off to you and Millie. Maybe one...
Alright, you can wait here for now.
One of the times
I'll inform our leader that you've arrived at the Temple of Silence.
We are all
Sit
in
tight
voice
until he
chat.
comes to greet you.
Next time I'm gonna see you.
So he's just gonna leave us here unattended? Maybe we're not being kidnapped after all.
You're being kidnapped.
They can't have been at the oasis by chance. They were waiting for us. Whoever the leader is here, they were obviously counting on us showing up.
Yeah, they were. Also, Sethos
So
has...
this is the Temple of
is
Silence.
supposed to have the same abilities as
After
Sinnoh.
leaving the rainforest, they hid themselves here.
Yeah.
Hey, look! That guy's coming back.
Also, I
Don't
don't
worry.
know what
Someone will
Sethos'
come and call for you soon.
actual abilities are.
What's your name?
Sorry, guess I was so delighted to see you, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Sethos. I'll be here if you need me, but I'm not planning on answering all of your questions. Other than that, you can occupy yourselves however you see fit.
I'm ready to
we're
fight you,
free to
Sethos.
explore by ourselves.
Yep. I mean, I'm not worried about you running off.
I haven't,
Cyrus
so no
is here.
spoilers.
And unless I've misunderstood, you're all quite anxious to see him again.
He's right. Well, if we've got some time, we might as well take a look around.
Yeah, always assume that I don't want spoilers unless I ask for them.
Hey, Sethos! Have you got some time to chat?
Sure. Although, I'm assuming by chat, you mean you have questions for me? Not often. The Temple of Silence is a place of quiet and solitude. We don't get too many visitors.
You would be okay with this. Oh yeah, Nikke spoilers I'm fine with because I will come across those very easily. But when it comes to something like Genshin, I hate them.
Yes, that was me. Although tricked is a stretch. He was asking everyone in the tavern about ways to make some easy money. He insisted that nothing was off the table, even if it broke the law. So, I told him that Cyrus had embezzled a large sum of mora from the desert.
So you framed Cyrus for a crime that he did not commit?
No. That's not entirely true. Let me jog your memory. The letter just said that he had uncovered Cyrus's secret. It didn't say what secret that was.
Fair.
Of course. Uraka was a great accomplice, really. Very cooperative with a little bit of wine in him. Did exactly what he was told. And not much of an original thinker, though. It doesn't surprise me that he struggles academically.
Why did Cyrus leave for the desert as soon as he received the letter?
You'll have to ask him that one yourself. Certain things I can't answer for him. I'm neither judging nor defending him. All you need to know is that he recognized our emblem, and it was his own choice to take the bait. What kind of question is that? He's the General Mahamatra. Everyone in Sumeru knows who he is.
Right, but back at the Oasis, you can't have known who he was for sure, or you wouldn't have asked him. So, what we're really asking is, have you never seen him in person before?
I've lived in the desert my whole life. Guess you could say I've never had the pleasure.
Ugh, why does Paimon feel like this guy's not being straight with us?
Come on, we've only just met. If I give you all the answers up front, you'll have nothing left to look forward to.
Yeah, I'm fine. Sethos has intrigued me, and it's pissing me off.
I never imagined that the true Temple of Silence would be hidden somewhere like this.
That's King Deshret's technology for you, I guess. It borders on the miraculous.
We should be wary of our hosts. Still, at this point, we can be confident that the professor is safe and...
Yeah. I'm just waiting to see if Sethos and Cyno actually fight. Oh my god. Whoa. There's a lady.
Grandfather, the person you wish to see is here.
Well done, Sethos. Greetings, one and all. I am Ba Moon, the current leader of the Temple of Silence. I know why you are here, and I thank you for your patience. Bring him out.
Professor!
Cyrus, are you okay?
No.
Watch what you're doing!
Said it's Anubis.
Oh, my apologies. We have no intention of causing you distress. But you must understand, Cyrus is of great importance to us. We had to find a way to bring him back to us. Cyrus owes me his life, and to the Temple of Silence, he owes a debt of gratitude. I let him go a long time ago, But now, the time has come to demand...
He basically just walked back to them.
Wanted to end my feud with this old bag of bones before you caught up with me. But you got here so quickly. Just leave, Sino. This is a matter between us two old men. You're all too young to get involved.
So that's why you didn't want to report the letter. You'd made up your mind to come here from the beginning.
Nah, kill everyone.
You only left in such a hurry to try and throw us off your trail.
Some things in life catch up with you. No matter what you do. You shouldn't have come. That alone brought the others.
Also,
Sino
old.
didn't make
How
us do
quick
anything.
Is he?
We came here for the same reason he did. To rescue you. We'd appreciate you telling us the truth. Otherwise, it seems a little unfair on everyone who had to stay behind.
My secrets are secret for good reason. Bringing them to light can only lead to misfortune.
You're afraid, aren't you? You can't bring yourself to speak of your past deeds to the students you nurtured as if they were your own children. You recognized our emblem because for many... Indeed, you all but became one of us. Saw the letter that we, not Uraka, were the ones speaking to you. It threatened you only because you know what you did. Your own guilt convicted you. For you, Cyrus, are a traitor. You once shared your learning with us, and joined us in our mission to revive the might of Hermanubis, to bring new hope, new opportunity. But then you betrayed us. You bargained for your independence with your past contributions. And then you left, taking with you Hermanubis' might and the wielder of his power. We both know what I said to you that day. That as the leader, I grant you permission to leave, but that one day, the sands of time will catch up with you.
But that's the
and when
thing.
that day comes, you must pay the price
power
you owe.
is only half in Sino.
You really
the
know
other
how
half
to
is in
hold a
Sethos.
Hermanubis' might? And the wielder of his power?
Because
Does he
Anubis... Yeah.
Professor, anything to say?
Anubis is
Moon is
technically
right.
copyrighted.
I came here once before. He rescued me from the brink of death once, many years ago in the desert. When he learned that I was a scholar, he invited me to come here and revive the might of Hermanubis together. It was a great, daring plan.
I know.
One shrouded in secrecy. The Temple of Silence
But
had been
most
bereft
people
of
don't want to
Hermanubis for too
use
long.
Anubis
The strength of its faith and its warriors
because they feel like it would
Bamoon
disrespect
proposed that we
him.
implant bar fragments, shards of Hermanubis, into the bodies of suitable vessels. If the experiment was successful, the spirit of Hermanubis would then dwell within the vessel. Many believers volunteered themselves for the experiment. But we soon discovered that the bodies of grown adults could not withstand Hermanubis' power. In the end,
I know.
Bamoon offered his own adoptive grandson. One other child was identified as a suitable vessel.
They both
and his parents agreed to release him into our custody in exchange for a small fortune. These two children were our only hope for
They
hosting
both gained the power.
Hermanubis' power.
Sino and Sethos.
For many years, the Temple of Silence had been in possession of 2 Ba fragments from Hermanubis. As remnants of his raw power, they were exceedingly rare treasures. The test subjects were sent into a room that had been prepared for the ceremony, and instructed to approach the Ba fragments, whose power had been amplified. If, after some time, this power did not repel them, this would mean that they were suitable vessels. The original plan was for a 3-stage experiment: resonance, implantation, and recovery and observation. The resonance stage went quite smoothly for both candidates. As the second stage began, I realized a decision had to be made. Should we implant the fragments one at a time? This would allow us to monitor the results after the first round and adjust our plan accordingly. Or alternatively, we could implant each fragment in a different vessel at the same time and compare their effects. But as I was deliberating, both Ba fragments suddenly became active. They glowed with a light we had never seen before. I knew that if they were not implanted right away, they would disintegrate and be gone from the world for good. Our two vessels had both displayed great promise by successfully resonating with the fragments. Under the circumstances, the thought of implanting both fragments into the same vessel seemed out of the question. To preserve our faith and our power, we implanted each of them with a single fragment.
Ultimately, I ended the experiment and left, taking one of the children with me.
Cyno.
In recognition of your past contributions, I chose not to send someone to hunt down and kill you both. Your lives were spared, but I have paid a great price for your betrayal ever since. I have always wanted to see you, Cyno. Losing you and your Ba fragment dealt us a devastating blow. We've been in decline ever since you left.
I see. So that's how I gained my power.
Yep.
Look, in essence, I borrowed your Ba fragment for a decade or so. And now you are seeking justice. If you want to take my life, then so be it. I'm an old man now anyway. But you cannot lift a finger against Cyno. He is the General Mahamatra. Your actions would be seen as a declaration of war against the Academia.
And me.
I'm sure you don't remember anymore, dear Cyno, but you've met us all before. You were so young then, when we all gathered around and celebrated the revival of our Lord. You and he, Sethos, you were our final hope.
You'd like me to return my power?
As a follower of Hermanubis, I have allowed this power to remain in the rainforest for far too long. Now, it is time to reclaim it.
That power is not yours to reclaim. Cyno was chosen by the gods. You cannot take what they have bestowed.
You are wrong. Cyno was chosen, but he was not the only one. My child, Sethos, has the same gift as he.
So those are your terms for freeing the professor?
But not as much
Despise
strength.
me all you want. My sins
If
are
they
my
can
own.
do anything to take
The Temple of Silence is an innocent party. It is because of my foolishness all those years ago that the Temple's glory has waned. And now I must take responsibility for the decision I made back then.
So what you're saying is, the power of one Ba fragment is not enough? You're asking me to return the one in my possession, so it can be implanted in him instead?
Divine power causes great suffering to those who wield it. How do you know that Sethos would be able to withstand it?
He is no longer a small child. But regardless, this burden is ours to bear. And your objections mean little, given that you turned your back on us long ago.
They're idiots.
Both my heart and mind are telling me that what you are proposing is a terrible idea.
However...
Don't listen to him, Cyno. That power is no more yours to give than it is his to take. You have to understand.
I know. But if this is a question of your freedom versus a fragment of power, then there is nothing to debate.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but in my view, there are a number of contentions here that still need addressing. Say that Cyno refuses to return his power, and you also refuse to release Cyrus. Then, we are at an impasse. I find it hard to believe that you went to all this effort without planning for that possibility. You're
So
trying to
that's
gauge
2 turns.
where we stand while keeping your remaining cards close to your chest. Well, my stance is, put the rest of your cards on the table. Then we can have a discussion.
Wait, those ears. So, we have a descendant of the Valukashuna in our midst. Splendid. Fate smiles upon us after all. Everything we have longed for, Hermanubis will provide. Perhaps this very day we'll...
You die. I have no idea. I'm guessing another god?
Why is he coughing so much? He looks like he's in really bad shape.
Now I know. Go grab your thing.
Pamoon, you...
Take our leader back to his room.
Sethos, you must...
We could just easily
Grandfather.
Yeah,
I
we
know
could
what you
slaughter
wish to say.
everyone except
Leave this in my
Sethos. Sethos still has
I don't like
lot
to
of
drag
power.
out conversations, so I'll just cut to the chase. Had Cyrus not stopped the experiment all those years ago, the plan would most likely have been a success. The wisdom of Hermanubis would have been ours. Still, it's no use talking about what-ifs. We cannot change the past. I'm not like my grandfather. The Temple of Silence has a grand legacy and a sacred duty to fulfill. So it's somewhat inevitable for the leader to have an inflated sense of self. But I see things a little differently. I don't believe the temple has the same stature that it once did. Time has worn away at its prestige and changed things almost beyond recognition.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to force your hand. You're all free to leave. Except for Cyrus. My grandfather gave him his chance once. And now I'm giving the rest of you yours.
You have courage and wise judgment, kid. Reminds me a lot of Pamoon in his younger years.
Damn.
I truly wish that the temple would take an objective look at the academia of today. You've been to the city yourself. I'm sure you've seen that much has changed for the better. And things will only continue to improve. Why not consider cooperating with the academia once more?
If you hadn't betrayed my grandfather, I might well be open to persuasion. But it's a bit too late for that now, Cyrus.
Tighnari made a good point earlier. He said there has to be more to your plan than this, and I agree. All you and Ba-Moon are after is the Ba fragment. The professor will accept whatever fate you deem fit for him out of a sense of guilt. I am the one who has a choice to make. And that's how it was always going to be. Ultimately, you want to trade the Ba fragment for the professor, correct?
I'm glad to see you're giving it some serious consideration.
I won't forsake my professor, nor do I intend to run from a problem that I must face sooner or later. Give me one night to make my decision.
That works. Then I'll be waiting to hear your verdict.
Can I just
Cyno.
wait in here?
Oh, my grandfather still has a fair few things he wants to say to Cyrus, so I'll be escorting him back now.
I like Sethos. He's cool.
Are you sure about negotiating with him?
No.
I need to think this through. Everyone, let's meet again later tonight. Until then, take some time for yourself.
Yeah.
Alright, well, don't put too much pressure on yourself, Cyno. If you need
Okay. Just kill everyone who doesn't have a vision. Like, why? I don't know. Maybe because they're good people? Just me casually running around. Like, I think this is going to end with a big fight.
I've taken some time to reflect on this. If I had to guess, Professor Cyrus came to the desert knowing that he would almost certainly never return. He's a stubborn man who tends to double down when he feels strongly about something. We won't get anywhere trying to convince him to escape.
Yeah,
I
obviously.
agree. My master Nephis says the same thing. Once Cyrus makes up his mind about something, he won't listen to reason.
Mm-hmm. So that's one thing. A few other things come to mind too. You've heard all you need to hear about the Temple of Silence. So on that, I don't have anything to add. My own memories of this place are hazy though. Probably something to do with the overpowering presence of the Ba fragments. That might explain why I suffered from constant headaches and fevers as a child. I do remember having some fleeting moments of profound emotion when vague images would appear in my mind. But I don't recall much, only bits and pieces. I was still young then, and all I could understand was that there was a strong will inside my mind. Thinking back on it now, I suppose it was Herm Anubis' way of trying to encourage me, even if we couldn't communicate. The power that came to inhabit my spirit was probably one of the cornerstones of their whole faith. So if the will and might of Herm Anubis is a real, intangible thing, and they are its rightful worshippers, then...
You're not gonna give in to their demands, are you? Surely there has to be another way.
That must be
No.
another way.
I have no intention of returning it. I need this power to protect Sumeru. But the temple has the right to make the final decision over its fate, since it belongs to one of the 7 pillars of King Deshret. So I will challenge them head on, and win the right to wield this power for myself, fair and square.
This reminds me of something Alhaitham mentioned to me just before we left. He said that the Temple of Silence was originally founded by the ruling elite of the day. Traditionally, such organizations are bound by a strict and ancient code of nobility. Kaveh has made similar observations about the desert tribes from his work trips there. He says many of them have their own internal rules. They talk about the importance of never dishonoring their tribal bonds, or the rules laid down by their ancestors. I think we could turn that to our advantage. Go back to them with a proposal of our own.
Wow, and just like that, we've turned the tables on them.
Looks like we have the same idea.
Yeah, we flipped the table, actually.
Turn it back on them now while we still can.
Sounds good to me.
Great. And I know just how to start the
Flip
conversation.
the table.
Let's go find Sethos. We'll tell him that I know a thing or two about medicine and would like to take a look at his grandfather's condition.
Yeah. Let's go, Sethos. Let's go kick Sethos in the ass. Sayu beat him. It's Saino, not Sayu. And yes, I know Sayu is the person who voices is Saino. But I prefer when you call them by their actual names.
Sethos, let's talk.
Have you made up your mind?
Yes.
We'll get to that, but first, I have some degree of medical training, so I was wondering if you might let me take a look at your grandfather?
I have no objections, although we do have our own doctors here. I doubt you'll be able to tell us anything we don't already know.
Are you trying to piss me off?
Follow me. Keep your voices down. We don't want to disturb him.
I would have stabbed him. I actually want to stab him.
Let's talk outside.
God fucking
Bamoon
damn
has
it.
fallen into a deep coma, and his prognosis is quite grave. I'm sure that your physicians have come to the same conclusion. He appears to have sustained a serious injury in his youth, which has been exacerbated over the years by the heavy burden of work and now by the effects of old age.
Okay, I don't get that one.
Regretfully, I must inform you that based on what I've seen with patients in a similar condition,
That might be
he doesn't have long
only
left.
traveler,
A few days at
male
most.
traveler thing.
Yeah. I've known for a long time.
You're his heir, aren't you? You clearly have a lot of respect for the man. But you also see things differently. You have a broader range of concerns and a more pragmatic approach. So tell me how we can end this on your terms. Let's find a way to bring all this to a resolution while Bamoon is still alive to see it. That's what really matters to you. I know it.
Yeah, there's no time to waste here. You know that better than anyone.
Well,
You know,
it's silly.
the two of you are actually in a very similar predicament right now. Both of you have a very different perspective from the men who raised you.
Right. And you didn't create this situation. They did, but somehow you've ended up having to make the tough decisions.
You're right. We both look at this problem very differently than the people we inherited it from. I accept, Cyno. This all began because of Hermanubis, so let's end it with the rite he himself created. Legend has it that when Hermanubis first arrived in Tuletula, he sparred with the city's residents. He and his two companions proved their mettle by fighting over several days, winning the support of many fine people. That group of supporters were some of the first members of the Temple of Silence, and the sparring matches were enshrined as one of our founding rites, the rite of duels. It's where it all began.
Sounds very fitting. I'm in.
As a fellow vessel of Hermanubis, your ties to the Temple of Silence run deep. So I will permit you to participate in this rite, along with your chosen companions.
3 against 3. Sounds good.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
However, I have some additional terms. As the challengers, you must win all 3 of your fights to win. And Cyno, both of us must put our Ba fragment on the line. The winner takes them both. Letting Cyrus leave with one of the Ba fragments was a mistake, made by my grandfather out of pity. It is a long-standing issue that must be addressed for the Temple of Silence to move forward. I can make no concessions on that front.
None needed. We're on the same page. If I win, the Temple of Silence must release Cyrus, and consider this past dispute resolved. If you win, I'll return my power to you.
We win.
It's a deal. Then let's meet at the ceremonial hall tomorrow evening, 8 o'clock.
Because, Cyno doesn't lose his power, but Sethos seems to lose his abilities. The abilities he has that resembled the same as Cyno's. Meaning
Well,
the claws and stuff.
After how that went, there's definitely no turning back now.
There never was. Turning back hasn't been an option for me since the moment the professor slipped away to return to the desert.
You have to win. You need this power, both as General Mahamatra and for yourself.
Yeah, that's right. Besides, it stayed with you ever since you were a small child. Surely that's a sign it thinks of you as its rightful owner.
It also stayed with him.
Both as General Mahamatra and for myself. Yeah, when you put it that way. I've had to overcome a lot to tame this power and claim it for myself. Not everyone could have done that.
Exactly.
The Traveler and I will never lose.
Oh.
And neither shall I. The desert was home to an ancient and great civilization that for a variety of reasons fell out with the civilization of the rainforest. It's just as Dia said.
I kinda wish
Prejudice
that
has
we
pushed
could
people
switch
apart.
our elements
But there must be personal factors at work here
whenever
too.
we fucking wanted.
I can't shake the feeling that Bamoon cares for many more things than he lets on.
Because that
and
would
I
be
don't think that Zethos is
really
any kind of
good.
villain.
But we can't.
He's just doing what he thinks is best. Tomorrow, everything will be resolved.
Yeah. Yeah, because I have GeoTraveler at the moment. I actually, it wasn't me fighting the Raiden Shogun that was the hard part. It was fighting. It was doing the fucking Raiden Shogun training bullshit that Yaimiko makes you do. That is where I got stuck when I did it. Would have been really useful against Raiden Shogun. No, I meant in. Yeah, but also in cutscenes it shows us switching in elements on a whim. Like take Navia's. Like imagine Traveler just creating rocks and trapping them using. Yeah. But I don't know. Of course they're not. Like, look at the fact that in this, you can only climb walls, you can't fucking run up them. Also,
we
technically,
gather on
they
this
allow
day
us to switch
perform once more the rite of
elements,
duels with
and
the
when
greatest
we
of all
want in fucking
sages,
Star
Lord
Rail, but
Herman
we can't
Nubis
in
is our
Genshin?
witness, for his power and authority is
It
present
shouldn't be
in our
that
midst.
fucking hard.
This is our most sacred
To
of ceremonies, and no disruption from the audience shall be tolerated. It is incumbent upon all to observe the duel with the utmost respect and
we do not
reverence
say Genshin could
throughout
never.
the
That is
proceedings.
just insulting to Genshin.
Representing the Temple of Silence, the Defenders.
Because yes, Genshin might not have some stuff.
Grandfather,
but
you're here.
We all still love
Rite of
Genshin.
Duels after all these years. I am surprised by your decision, Zethos.
I know what I'm doing, Grandfather. Just leave it to me.
Representing the Academia, the Challengers.
Yeah,
Ready.
us looking badass.
We will fight to have our voices heard.
Warriors, take your positions and decide on the order of battle. We come not to debate what brings our challengers here, nor what will become of the defeated duelists. Duelists, the might of Herman Nubis himself is at stake here. Now, fight. Fight until the rightful victor is proclaimed.
I'm going to cut off your balls if you don't shut up. Yeah, but the thing is MiHoYo could easily give us the ability to switch elements whenever we wanted, just not in combat, because that would be kind of overpowered, and also the game would need to update it instantly to suit for us to be able to do that. Yeah. But seriously, imagine trying to switch from Anemo to Electro, mid-battle. Oh, the game would need to think for a second, and you'd lose access to your abilities for a couple seconds, which would, in the long run, isn't worth it. But being able to switch it out of combat whenever you want, amazing.
Huh? Are you sure?
I'm sure we need to keep our morale.
I agree. She's very strong. Sending her out first will definitely intimidate the opposing side.
Okay, then
Well,
you're second.
Sure.
They might do it eventually.
We have decided.
So have we. Let's begin.
What do you mean? There's only you, Sepos. Just make the
Duelists of the first bout, please step forward.
Fighting in Genshin is already simple. Like, the only people who can't understand combat in Genshin are dipshits and dumbasses. And actually, to think of it, no, you could switch your element mid-fight and the game would keep up, considering they've done it before. Okay, Millie's not that bad. Millie just has trouble with puzzles. But literally, you can switch characters on the fly, and it changes to their skills. So technically they could incorporate it into you being able to switch it during combat. Oh, this is gonna suck. Considering I most likely, it shouldn't be hard for them to do that. Yeah, it shouldn't.
Don't forget, safety first! Hey, you there! You better play nice with her, or Paimon will make you regret
Oh,
it!
yes! Okay.
Little bit too much chatter from the audience over there.
Hey!
I just realized. Wait. Oh my god! They're having me. They gave me Trial Traveler, not Actual Traveler. This is hilarious. Also, I don't even use Dandro Traveler because I'm horrible with Dandro Traveler. Feeling overpowered for once now. No!
A swift end to the first bout.
I felt like shit.
I now invite the duelists of the second bout to please step forward.
Also, they
When you're
couldn't
both
put
ready,
actual people
you may
up against
begin.
me? They couldn't
Let's
put actual
begin.
humans up against me? Like a single
Watch
person?
He drank plenty of water before the bout, so he should be fine.
And Shroud!
Also, I never feel powerful.
Keep up. Can't see? I'll uproot you!
froze on me for a second. That scared me. Oh god. What the f...
Thus ends the second bout. We will now move to the third bout. Duelists, please step forward.
Ah, here we go.
I'm ready.
So am I.
They showed
This
this
is the
in
final stage of the rite. I remind you both that the terms you agreed upon in advance
4.6
are
live stream?
binding. When you're both ready, you may begin.
I'm ready.
I am Sethos, vessel of Hermanubis, grandson of Bamoon, the leader of the Temple of Silence.
You're an
For
idiot.
many years, we have kept our covenant with Lord Hermanubis by guarding the secrets of King Deshret. And even in our darkest hour, when we could not see a way forward, we chose not to abandon hope, but to embark
He is the main
on a
character.
brave new experiment so that we might prevail. We earnestly sought Lord Hermanubis' wisdom and power, longing to see his spirit and his light descend upon us. Now, I will fight to become the rightful wielder of that power.
I am Cyno, General Mahamatra of the Academia, student and successor of Cyrus, the Sage of Spantamad. I fight in defense of my power, my professor, and my nation. And I think you left some things unsaid. This is a sacred duel, and Hermanubis is watching.
So bare your soul.
Everyone, old and young.
Also, I couldn't get the Evil Within to actually work and not freeze.
To see how this duel will end.
I won't be able to play
My grandfather is a wise leader.
PS4.
He is also known to be a ruler who is not afraid to get blood on his hands.
Oh my god.
I understand his beliefs
Stop talking
well,
and let me kick his ass.
and I know what he expects of me. But our faith has held us back for too long. After I grew up, I went to the rainforest once, and I saw for myself the people of the city. Times have changed.
Yeah, I'm wondering that
The people of Sumeru are happier and more free now than in the past. I thought about this as I stood at one of the tallest points in the city, gazing down at the streets below. Then I thought of you, Cyno. You and I both wield the same power, yet the lives we lead could not be more different. Each Ba fragment of Hermanubis stands for something different. Might, glory, and one of many other secrets that have yet to be revealed. I once thought that the nature of our fragments must be what makes us so different from one another. But maybe it's that you've found your answer, and I am still searching for mine.
I am more than just a warrior. I am my own person.
Exactly.
The name Hermanubis has left its mark on both of us, shaped the course of our lives. We are his vessels, and yet we are more besides. So show me your answer, Cyno. Show me I can be more than my faith, more than the power I wield. Show me the person I can become!
Let's go.
Bring it on!
Cinematic. No it. Yeah, they showed this in the 4.6 live stream, I think. See? Same claws as Cyno. I love this cinematic and I couldn't wait until I got to keep watching myself.
That's all you've got? What happened to searching for your answer?
He walks in with his spear. Also, Sethos is at a disadvantage right now. Because Sethos is a bow user, not a spear user. But when he channels Anubis, he's a spear user. Yeah, basically. Come on, Sethos.
Fight's over. Do you yield?
Hi, Mimi!
You won.
Well then, looks like you found your answer.
And now he loses his connection to Anubis. Easy, GG. Oh. Ah, that looks like it hurts. Whoa!
I give his glory to you.
Ah, keep it.
I've seen that light. That is the light of our Lord, the great Hermanubis, priest over all other priests. His spirit dwells within that lightning, and his will lives on. Once a warrior of Tynar, he emerged from the barren desert sands to serve the god king Al-Ahmar. After the death of the god king, Hermanubis gathered his followers and the Tynarian priests and led them to the city of Tule Tula. There, they founded the Temple of Silence, and from that day forth, we became stewards of all knowledge that survived from King Deshret's civilization. Barely a century passed before war ravaged the desert. One by one, Eremite leaders took up arms against each other in battles that would devour what little remained of their civilization. Only the wise city of Tule Tula was spared under the guiding hand of the Tynarians. But peace did not last.
Lol.
Coveting the knowledge of King Deshret, the beasts set their eyes on Tule Tula. The king of Gurabad laid siege to the city and ordered the sages to surrender to him the Temple of Silence as proof of his victory.
No.
The ruling elite colluded with their oppressors, betraying the temple so as to hold on to their rule over the city. They declared that the knowledge guarded by the temple was the true cause of corruption. These were dark days, and we faced enemies on all sides.
Seems like it.
Our Lord had long since exhausted his strength, keeping the forbidden knowledge introduced by King Deshret at bay. To ensure the temple's continued survival, he broke his being into many pieces and began the ceremony of Hermanubis' legacy, bestowing his power upon his mortal followers. With this power, the temple was able to defeat the tyrant's army. Yet, we were not hailed as heroes. Strange and unfamiliar as this power was, it struck fear into the people's hearts and drove them to reject us. In the end, the people of the Temple and the Tule Tula Tainarians left the city for good and made their way to the rainforest. What followed next was inevitable. The elite of Tule Tula fell and were decimated. War engulfed the desert. And we wandered from place to place, always in hiding, all the while keeping close watch over our secrets and staying true to our mission. Betrayal forced us out of the desert and into the forest. Then mistrust drove us from the forest into the desert once more. We have lived in exile for far, far too long. Yet, today, the Temple of Silence has borne witness to the glory of Hermanupis once more. Thank you.
Yep. But wait, does that mean if you have Cyno at this point, like, after this point, Cyno just becomes stronger?
How is it? Do you feel okay?
Like, he gains 2 times as much strength? Because if they did that, I'm going to applaud them. If they didn't, I'm going to question what the fuck is wrong with them. Okay, then they're wankers.
Grandfather.
Yeah, they never really touched up or changed their characters since Jenny's got angry about how bad Chun-Li was. Thank you.
Hey, Sethos.
Oh my god! The
You'll
old
get
man
through this.
died!
I know. I'll miss him.
We need Meluna. She needs to cry. She needs to laugh. That's gonna be a running joke for us.
I guess you were prepared for this. It's been a long time coming, huh?
Well,
yeah. He's
no, she
been
needs
on
to
death's door
laugh.
for a very long time now.
Nah.
I think it was
Remember
only through sheer willpower that he
would
managed
you
to hold
rather?
on to this point. At least,
And she said she'd
he
laugh
was
at
able
a
to see
funeral.
this chapter
Well, this
come
is
to
a
a close
funeral. We need her
before he
here
passed.
to laugh.
What's next for you?
Per my grandfather's last wishes.
Mimi, don't worry. It's
the
a
Temple
joke
of Silence
between
should
me,
submit to
Swan,
whoever
and
possesses the largest number of Hermanupis
Mommy
fragments.
Meluna.
That entitles you to be our new leader, Cyno.
But that's never going to work, as I'm sure you realize. I'm the General Mahamatra. I am needed back at the Academia. I did foresee this possibility, and I gave it some thought. The fact is,
Yeah, sorry.
I know next to nothing about the staff, records, and environment here. As such, I am ill-suited to be your leader. Sethos, I believe the honor should go to you.
Wait, so we get a
Were it not for
leader?
this duel, or indeed if you had other intentions, the Ba fragments would most likely be in your hands by now. I'm sure Bamoon never meant for anyone but you to be his successor.
Yeah.
You really think so?
I do.
Obviously.
Still, I didn't think Bamoon looked very surprised by the final result. Perhaps he had an inkling that this would be the way things end.
yeah.
Well, in any case,
Hey, I'll put
since
this
the
up on
Ba
my YouTube
fragments are
channel
with
and
me
then
now,
you can watch it afterwards.
I guess
if
I
you
can call
want.
the shots. Sethos, I would like you to succeed Bamoon as the new
And then
leader
you
of the
can
Temple of
understand the
Silence.
entire story.
You are more suited to the role than I, and I have complete faith that
Then
you will
again,
be an
I'm also
excellent leader.
completely lost when it comes to this
Just
story.
think of it as doing me a favor.
But doesn't that render everything that we've been through up to now meaningless?
You're welcome, my goddess.
No, it doesn't. This experience has allowed us to become friends, which means that the Academia and the Temple of Silence will become partners once more.
Oh, yay.
That's a much bigger deal than you might think, Sethos. You said
Also,
yourself,
we get
times
Sethos
have
next
changed.
version.
You have to believe that things can change for the better here at the temple too.
I will try. To be honest, I couldn't have asked
Okay,
for a better outcome.
Negaton.
Actually,
I love how
Arthur
you
wondered
keep
whether
bringing that
Bauman's
up,
intentions from the very
because it's
beginning
funny.
was
But
just
no.
to create enough pressure to force us towards a duel. That way, no matter who won, one of us would have to surrender our Ba fragment, and the power of Hermanubis would be concentrated in one single person. Had you won, the Temple of Silence would have doubled its strength. And were I to win, he correctly anticipated that I wouldn't suddenly drop everything to become the leader of the temple, much less integrate the temple into the Academia by force. He knew that the temple's future would depend not just on the guidance of Hermanubis, but the support of the Academia too. So he made it his responsibility to ensure his
You
successor
left
would be free
it.
from the burdens of the past.
You're an idiot.
His plan meant that whoever ended up succeeding him,
Because it's
they would have an easier time interacting with the Academia. With one single letter, he lured out the professor. No matter what happened after that, it would result in a net benefit to the temple.
And here I thought the General Mahamatra wouldn't care for all these trivial details. You're absolutely right. Grandfather and I considered this from every angle. We had to find a way to mend our relationship with the Academia. In that sense, the right of duels was just a means to an end. Thank you for everything, Sino. As a gesture of our gratitude, to those that you and Lesser Lord Kusanali deem worthy, I will grant the honor of access to the Temple of Silence for their pursuit of knowledge. The Temple of Silence has a wealth of information on King Deshret's civilization, more than any other organization in existence today. In times when you need information that only we can provide, we will be here to support you. But you must be exceedingly careful with your selection of candidates, lest you lead humanity to repeat the same mistakes. By the way, Tighnari, my grandfather was so happy to see you. You are a descendant of the Veluca Shuna, and we are the heirs to the will of Hermanubis. The story goes that King Deshret chose the sage Hermanubis from among the Tighnarians and appointed him as his familiar. He went on to fight many valiant battles with his Tighnarian companions. They always stood by each other, from the founding of the
Tighnarian.
Temple of Silence to the fall of Tuletula.
He looked like
The
Tighnarian.
Tighnarians who left Tuletula joined their human counterparts in the rainforest. A few centuries later, when some of the group returned to the desert, many of the Tighnarians chose to stay and put down roots in the rainforest. In all likelihood, those were your ancestors.
How
Or
fascinating.
meaning you might also need
My
to
father
pause that
once
part,
mentioned that I was
considering
named
I
after
also
the
took
Tighnarians,
over some
but
of their
I never
speech.
knew that my forebears had such a history with the Temple of Silence.
I like this story.
By the way, has anyone seen Cyrus?
Yes, Cyrus. You'll probably find him in my grandfather's room. He wouldn't show it in front of me, but I think he still has many fond memories of my grandfather.
If it's true that you and your grandfather really planned for everything to turn out this way, then I guess he didn't really resent Cyrus as much as he appeared to.
Who knows? Perhaps all of us. You, me, and Cyrus. We're all just pawns in my grandfather's plan to set things straight. He was awful like that.
Someone's got to make the decisions when history is at a crossroads. I will make a detailed report on all of this to Lesser Lord Kusanali, and arrange for an official delegation from the Acad to attend to in the days ahead. But once things return to normal, you should stay for a few days this time, and start to build some relationships. If we're going to work together, both sides have to get to know one another better.
I will. Alright, well, bye for now, everyone. I'll be seeing you.
See you soon. Come hang out with us anytime.
Turn to the Academia. Question, can I just teleport? I can. Magic! Oh, 3 people watching. Very sad.
What were you thinking, gallivanting off into the desert alone at your age? What if you take the bucket, You told not a soul what you were up to, designated nobody to handle your affairs, and left everyone scrambling frantically to try and figure out how on earth to clean up the colossal mess you'd made.
Oh, please, will you stop your yelling? What other choice did I have?
What do you mean, what other choice? Do you mean to tell me that after all your years of learning, and sagehood no less, the only idea you could conjure up in that white-haired walnut of yours was to shoot off into the unknown like some hot-headed 20-year-old adventurer? A one-man suicide mission, That's the best idea that one of the finest minds of a generation could come up with, is it? It astounds me that you survived the journey, and you're lucky that Ba Moon didn't finish you off when you arrived.
All right, all right. Honestly, the way you're going off on me, it's like you wished you'd been there to lend him a hand. Does it mean nothing to you that I'm your colleague and former classmate?
I've got nothing more to say. What's the point of berating an old bag of bones?
What do you mean, bag of bones? I'm a flesh and blood hero who, despite his old age, saved our General Mahamatra from being stripped of his powers. Okay, look. Fine, I admit it, I was in the wrong. How can I make it up to you? What about, a month's work at the Academia?
1 month? Try 3.
Inari's master is really laying into Cyrus. Let's...
Professor brought this on himself. Don't pay any attention to him.
Wow, I haven't seen Master get this riled up in a long time. The last time he chewed someone out like this must have been back when I was still a student.
I think I'll go around and update everyone. Tell them the situation's resolved. Want to come with me? We can go for dinner afterwards. My treat. You in?
Makes sense. I'm in.
Paimon's coming too! Let's go!
Paimon, you're only coming because food. Oh my god, it's Kale and the old one. Oh.
Hey, Kale.
Mimi, you're adorable.
You're back! Well, look who we have here. Would you mind explaining to me what has been going on this past few days? I heard you all ran off into the desert and got embroiled in a major catastrophe.
All taken care of.
Like for reason.
That does not answer my question. How could you be so careless? That goes for you as well. Yes, and you too. When you run into problems, you really ought to ask for help, you know? I've been around the block. Don't you think it would have made sense to involve me? And let's not forget, I know the desert like the back of my hand.
You're always adorable, and you'll always be adorable.
Now would not be a good time to attempt to argue with Farazan.
Yeah.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. It's not the first time that I've had to talk to you about this sort of thing either. You need to learn that there are times when the right thing to do is get a more experienced member of staff involved. Do I make myself clear? Because
kinda.
if you don't,
She's the oldest one.
Kale, please do something.
He's giving me the signal. Alright, guess it's time to play my ace in the hole. Say, Madame Farazan, I can see you're pretty upset, but, I was just wondering, remember that time you offered to give me a tour of the Academia? Does that offer still stand?
Huh? Wait, did I hear that right?
No.
Kale, you remember?
We
Wonderful.
don't actually know
well, of course
how
the offer
old
still stands.
the
Come on,
traveler is.
Madame Farazan will show you around the old classrooms.
But Farazan is around 300 to 400 years
Poor
old.
Kale getting dragged off like that. Also, check out Farazan acting like some sort of official Academia tour guide.
Kale, cup.
People still think that...
Huh? What? Oh, right!
What do you mean, cup? You need a cup. I can get you a cup.
Oh, it's nothing. Just Master's way of reminding me to stay hydrated while I'm out and about.
Some people say the traveler's around 500. Then there's people who think...
It's code for let's
Farazan.
reconvene at the cafe. Tainari and I used it while we were in school, and it's become something of a family tradition now.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. 2 people left. Let's bring them along too.
Yeah. Yeah, but people also... Some people say that the traveler is 500, some say the traveler is younger. And then there's people who say Farazan is older than the traveler. Also, we don't have an exact age on the traveler. And until then... He's younger because of appearance. Hey. Hey. Don't Miss Gentilou mean like that. She is very beautiful. I play as female. Also, if you're going to refer to the traveler, use they. Considering there's 2 of them, and not everyone plays as the male traveler. Pronouns, taught in 3rd grade. Also, I don't...
Am I hallucinating? Or do I see Kaveh and Alhaitham engaged in diligent studying?
We're just reorganizing all the books we used. Look, there's a whole mountain
You
of them.
uncultured swine.
There's no rush. Nobody reads these books anyway.
My sincere thanks to you both.
Yes, with your help, we resolved the issue rather swiftly and painlessly. And the outcome was better than we could have hoped for.
I see. The Temple of Silence resorted to rather unique
Why
means
not?
of
You are a
self-preservation.
uncultured swine.
It explains how they managed to remain hidden for so many years.
I don't want to have
And
to
it sounds
teach
like they
someone
managed to preserve a whole load of
3rd
ancient
grade
documents
English.
as well. I'd love to go check those out if I ever had the chance.
That day will come. The Temple of Silence is a hugely important organization, and we'll be sure to maintain good relations with them in the future. Now, as a token of my appreciation, I'd like to treat everyone to coffee.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds great. Although after the last few days, I don't know if I can handle another coffee. But I can just order something else.
Sure. Let's go.
The trap. The traveler is stupid. Also, even Miluna uses the female traveler. It seems like more streamers like the female traveler over the male traveler. Also, the female traveler does more damage. Oh yeah, fuck both of y'all. Well, fuck you too. No. Swan is talking to me and also saying fuck Miluna. Because me and Miluna both played the female traveler. He plays, male.
Yeah!
And, yeah. So, I got annoyed at him for saying he, when it's just easier to use they. When talking about the traveler, it's a they.
And then the
mine's a she, yours is a he. So they.
Then there was Tighnari. He put up an amazing fight too. We ended up winning all 3 bouts. Whoa. Part of me...
A truly edifying.
I kinda included all the juicy details. The traveler just pounced and then waved their sword like this.
At this point, I'm just...
Despite winning 3 bouts in a row, you still ceded the position of...
Of course. I got to be a champion too for once. I've not sparred much.
Yeah! Huge place! It felt like something right out of an epic poem! Imagine this. It was like there was...
Maybe save that...
Yeah, and then there's me.
I think that'll do me.
Shall we stop off at the House of Dana again?
My thoughts exactly. See you around.
And then you're also insulting me.
I should get going
someone
as well.
Who
See
literally
you all later.
went to grade 12.
Make sure you get some good rest tonight.
And was basically failing English,
I
yet
need to go
still
say thanks to the
understands
Core
what the
30
fuck
for their
pronouns
help.
are.
Also, Sir Nephis says he wanted to introduce me to some of the Academia's work processes. So, I got a dash too.
Kali's come a long way.
Everyone's a work in progress.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, especially from Kave's hangout event. Yeah, I basically just skipped through all of that because I was getting sick of hearing them talk. Especially Paimon. Plus, even Genshin misgenders the travel all the time. So, yeah, but Genshin also calls the male traveler a she. So, technically, don't misgender my traveler. You can misgender yours, which is fine, but not mine.
Life is all about
least
these
mine is
moments when you can finally
amazing.
relax and hang
I
out
don't
with
even
good
use my
friends
travel.
after a job well done.
Do you 3 have it? If not, would you come somewhere with me?
Sure.
That's a secret.
Okay. I think I can guess what you're talking about. It'll
Travel's a
definitely be
girl.
a nice surprise.
Well, now Paimon's curious.
How do you know that it's a she? Did they tell you? Yes! Yes, they did tell me. Also, how do you know yours is a he? Did they tell you? Or are you assuming? Because I am...
Been a while since I last made my way up here.
Okay, that's just disgusting.
We're so high up.
Need any help? As you wish.
It's a nice spot, isn't it?
What a great view. We're so high up, we can see for miles.
Don't blame me, blame the...
Traveler. Turn around.
No, I don't want to. I want to blow someone up. What the fuck are we looking at? The sun?
This is my secret base. Somewhere I only bring my best friends.
Aw.
When I was a student,
Let's
I used to slip
start
away and
Steinberry
climb up
off.
here all the time, just to clear my head. Back then, I had a lot of the same questions that Zethos was asking. Our gifts help us to find our rightful place in the world. That was my
You two really are like brothers.
I feel the same way.
I still remember
Okay,
one time
I
when we
think
came up here to
I think
chat and do
we
our homework.
scared Mimi off. I'm
Sino
very
accidentally
upset about
dropped
that.
a fruit.
That was the one and only time. Nothing will ever slip through my fingers again.
You know, Paimon really shouldn't.
Then make it stop. It's... You guys
You
carry
guys
on
are
with that.
crap shit and
I'll
get
be
in
right back.
peace. Uncultured, uneducated swine.
Hey,
It's
you're
Sino.
supposed to jump down.
Did Sino really just jump? Wait, Sayu, the robot. Sayu voices Sino.
Futile!
Yes, he voices Sino in Genshin. Yeah, I know. He also voices people in other games, like a character in Persona 3.
Oh my days.
Professor, what are you muttering to?
Sino, just the man I'm looking for. Guess what I found?
Some old photos?
Can you believe it? This notebook was just sitting in a pile of odds and ends in the Sage's office. I must have forgotten to take it with me, and no one's touched it since. It was still right there. I was at the Academia earlier.
No one cares.
Oh, time flies. Look how tiny you are in this picture.
You look quite
Hey
young
Mimi,
yourself
how
in
have
that
you
one.
been?
Ah, it's this one.
Yep, looks like her work all right. Who else could have found just the right angle to make me look so
And this one. Looks like we're both...
Oh, cheeky girl. Taking...
Is there something you'd like to say to me, Professor?
Tired, basically. Oh,
Like
come here
what?
and give me a
Like,
hug. You can
These
have
are
some
good
of my
photos,
energy.
aren't they?
And I can get a hug.
At moments like this, I hardly know where to begin. I can't pretend I'm a good person. Bamoon had every reason to despise me. And well, so do you if you feel the same way.
Don't be ridiculous, you old codger.
Is that not what you wanted me to say? Oh, I've dreamt of that place many times after leaving the desert. Sometimes I've dreamed that I was doing a search with them again. And other times, I dream of the day they saved my life. Oh, it was one of the happiest times of my life. We all learned so much from one another.
Well, Swan, if you...
You've matured so much over the years, I know.
Since you're my
Swan,
professor,
if you want a
I should
hug,
save you some
ask for
face by
one,
not
and
calling
I'll
you out on
give
all the
you one.
non-answers you just gave.
But also, you asked
I will
to
do the
be
right thing and
insulted.
keep my mouth shut.
Good thinking. Take your own advice next time. Seriously, why bully an old man like me? I thought heroes were supposed to be gracious. Hey, wait, how did I not notice this one earlier?
What the fuck?
Lisa strikes again. Just how many did she take?
Look how cute you were when you were little. I remember how...
Yeah, and look how serious and professional you used to be.
Oh, I can't compete with you anymore.
Mimi,
First
you're
you get
so
better than me at the
adorable, even when
deadpan
you're
jokes,
asleep.
and now you're besting me at those little quips too.
Don't say that. I still have a lot of respect for you.
Huh, that's more like it. Hey, what would you say to meeting up with Lisa again sometime?
I'd like that. Let's find a time and pay her a visit in Mondstadt.
All right, I'll add it to my schedule. Let's go next week. Wait, no. Next week is the tomato growing competition. I have got to beat Zaha Hadid.
Or you could find a real hobby, Professor.
That's fine. I'll take the punishment. As long as you get a good night's sleep. And there we go. Now, down here.
Ad Astra Abyss.
Ad Astra applesauce.
Thank you for completing today's. Ad Astra.
Okay. That makes 25. Let me see. Ah, yes. I might as well. This is gonna be fun. Swan, why the tentacles? Why? Also, where do you even get the tentacles from? It's not like... I'm just finishing this thing off. I'm ready. Okay. Destroy one pearl. I don't know if I'll be able to destroy a pearl, but... Bop, 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 bop. Mimi? You are a goddess of adorableness. Keep being adorable. Yes, what are you curious about?
I am the cutting edge of fashion.
Charge! Everyone on me!
You asked for it. Shower me with praise. Let the world come alive.
Through a streamer.
Hands where I can see them. Scraps of color. Scatter.
Yeah, we met through a streamer. Swan! You degenerate! I don't even have Tinder. And aren't you in the UK? Or America? Actually, it doesn't matter which one you're in. And I wouldn't even be able to match with you. Yeah, I wouldn't even be able to match with you on Tinder. The weather is nice. The weather is very nice. Apparently we're getting a really good weapon next version for the big event of next version. Also, I can't wait until Natlan comes out, except that's later in the year. Fun fact, I can't actually reject it. I physically cannot. Oh yay! Level 40. Nah. Hey, I never said duck that guy. Because that's insulting. I got nothing. That is insulting. I don't even know. Fucking hell.
It's up to me to decide who I want to be, and to cut my own path. No one can
Okay, so, I have 25 pulls. Why are you like this? What happened in your past? I don't know why I'm like this. It just happened.
Tell me what to do.
I just have zero self-confidence. If you were talking to Swan, yeah, I have no idea what happened to him in his past. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. Yeah. The fuck is that? What? Huh? What do you mean? I stop paying attention to my own words. Stop paying attention to my own words. Bop,
This realm
bop,
is
bop,
truly beginning.
bop, 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 bop. What did I say? Couldn't have been that insulting. Throwing a lot of shit. Hey, don't blame me. Also, those dots are throwing a lot of shade at me. Fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe I'd prefer to eat you.
If you ever have any questions about the realm within...
I was 50-50%. I was 50-50% hoping that she didn't hear me. Also, do not clip that, and do not show that to Miluna. Actually, I don't fucking care if you show that to Miluna at this point. I love you, Mimi. Let me take way better. This one needs more scoring. Swan. Swan, you are amazing.
Fingers crossed he comes traveling with me.
Swan, you are amazing. I am sorry. But okay, let me explain myself. I don't want to date 8 guys older than me. Guys my age and like a year older, I'm fine with. But anything more than a year, nah. Also, oh. Yeah, I know. Also, oh, Swan, you have said before you wouldn't date me because I'm too much like one of your exes, which is weird for me to even think about. So don't try and play the victim.
Yeah.
Oof. Oh, Mimi, don't. Okay. Just please come back quickly. I get sad when I don't hear from you. Hey, want me to just spam by all of this? Because I can. He's the kid who just walked in on the parents fighting. Yeah, basically. I now feel bad. I didn't want to scare her away. The thing is, I actually do have a crush on her, which is weird for me. Considering I don't crush on anyone online. So,
hard work is all.
Yeah. No, I want this one. There was, and I called, didn't hear what you said. That is fine. I don't really care. Also, Mimi didn't even hear what I said, which might have been a good thing. Oh my fucking god. I need to buy more shit. Fuck. I also need to cook. Okay. There we go. Don't ask why I need so much, of the crab stuff. You're about to see me just go ham. Also, no, I've got to do my driving now. Okay, bye. I'm gonna be left alone. Very sad. Gonna be very sad. Pop, pop, pop. No, we won't. This convo ends when the stream ends. I don't have the mental capacity to continue any conversation after a stream. Yes, we will. Why? There's no point. Thanks. Also, I actually feel like I scared Mimi off, which has made me very sad. Where is she? Where is the Mimi? I have so much milk. I have so much salt, that's what I meant. So much pepper. So many onions. So many onions. I do have a lot of milk though. A lot of cabbages. We have a lot of shit. A lot of shit. A lot of shit. I'm back, and what did I miss? You didn't miss much. Also, I'm sorry. You basically just missed me, buying a whole load of shit. Like, I just realized I have so many cabbages and so much milk. Oh, buying stuff for like anything and everything. I don't really have a purpose. I just need to spend Mora and a lot of Mora. Yeah. So you actually left? I didn't actually expect that. I just need to spend my Mora. Yeah. That's fair. What's happening tomorrow? Do you have school or something? You going out? Work. Oh, work. Nice. At 6 in the morning? Damn. Are you gonna be okay? What is your work anyway?
Anfangs Ironmongers.
Nope, because I need to crash. Okay. But seriously, what is your work? I'm curious. You're adorable. You're way too adorable for your own good.
You want some black bean paste mochi? I've got 3 of them, so you can have all 3 if you want.
Mochi.
It's Jacob! Like it?
Give me the other ones. Fuck you. Where did you get it from? And how did you get it?
A friend actually went up to Japan over last week, and I asked him to buy some mochi.
Hey Mimi, guess what? I have mochi. It's delicious. I have mochi!
That's a lot of conversation.
I know. Mochi no fair. I know!
Mochi, no!
No! I know!
I do have other sorts of mochi, but I want to see one.
Look, if you were here, I'd give you some. Then maybe steal a kiss. And what flavor is this?
Black bean paste.
Black bean paste. Yeah. Hello, Lauren. Where have you been for the last few fucking streams? Yeah. Lauren's a mod. He's one of my first mods.
Oh no, we've had mochi before.
Let me guess, those Asian dessert things? Yeah. Oh, we need to get another one of those Asian things. Yeah, one of my first ones. Help a friend. This. Ah. Okay, Lone, that's fair.
What?
He's been helping a friend with a stalker.
Fair
Num 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 num. What?
I wanted that Goro.
Yeah. Why didn't you fucking do it? Well, it's over now. Also, why did you want the... You didn't get a Goro, did you? It's good that he's gone. Okay. So... I have that.
Bored. Wanna see some action?
Why'd they have to give me that transfer?
Yeah. Is there anything you guys want to see on my Genshin? Because if not, I might just end this and my stream here. I don't know. That's fair. I'm tired and hungry. Ugh. My legs hurt. Timing on my end. There's a voice. Ah, yes. Perfect timing on your end. Learn. Well, until next time, my witches, wizards, and non-binary magic users. I don't know what I will be watching, what I will be playing next time, but it will most likely be something good. See you guys next time. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba.